Yep, what's up? What's up? It's your boy Pastor Ron, and I want to welcome you to Game Day Gospel, where the two things I know about is God and sports. Man, thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. The numbers have been constantly going up. I thank you for sharing. I thank you for putting it, following. That's the key. If you guys are constantly listening, please just follow it. If you're on Spotify, if you're on Apple Podcasts, please make sure you follow the podcast. That really helps out and pushing it out to more people as we continue to grow, and do more. So thank you very much for listening. Today's a Football Friday, where we discuss American football and soccer for this weekend. It's crazy to hear that Manchester United has a big match this weekend against Fulham. But honestly, this match this week is huge because I think as this week has gone more and more crazier and crazier, and I guess I want to say lower and lower, what's going to make or break this coach are the next three games, because after that there's a 2-week break leading into Thanksgiving weekend. So there's a 2-week break after this. So we play Fulham 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Then on Wednesday we play Copenhagen at Copenhagen, and we play Luton. If we do not win win 3 of those games, or at the very least win at Copenhagen, we can't afford to lose to Luton. If we don't have a good showing in all 3 of these games, the coach is fired. I think they're going to wait for a window to occur for them to fire this coach. So if he does not do any better, because watching a Newcastle game, and I was on record saying I want them to lose this game. I need this just to reduce our matches, because we can't afford to keep playing this way and constantly playing so many games. We won the Carabao Cup last year. If we win it this year, it's not going to be a big deal. So that's the easiest competition for us to fall out of. So I did not want us to win, but honestly, I don't think Newcastle wanted to win either. They put a bunch of third-string guys against our team, and the crazy part about they slapped us up. They slapped up, Lindelof and Dalot. They slapped up Casemiro. They slapped up all Mason Mount. All these guys who would start on most teams, they got slapped up. It was light work. Eddie Howe, the coaching, he said that just to paraphrase what he said, but he pretty much said, I put some of my guys on late in the match to get some training, to get some practice. That's hella disrespectful. Mind you, they put on some of our starters. Rashford came on by then. Fernandez was on by then. He said, I put my guys on to give them some practice time, bro. What the heck is going on, bro? And how do you say that in an interview? They need some little training time, so let me go put them out against the Man United first team. You see, that's the problem. Newcastle and Eddie Howe is a perfect example of what our issue is. Our issue is we have no system. We have no play style. We have no way to play. And we're dependent on folks making spectacular plays for us to win. Imagine if McTominay did not come on and have those 2 miraculous goals. Where would we have been? Dalot and that lucky goal against Sheffield United. A team that has a style of play, a team that has a system, is not player dependent. So meaning the reason why Newcastle played well with their C team is because of the fact it's the same system, just different parts. So they play the same exact way as they play with their A team. So it asks you, what is this guy doing during practice time? He's so big on people practicing and doing this and doing that. What do you do in practice? Why can't you establish a play style, establish a system and teach folks how to play their part within their system. So everyone knows what the other person is doing. But we have a coach that has no system. It's like us playing pro clubs, and when we play pro clubs, one of the arguments we have, is the fact that folks want to constantly change formations. It's not the formation, bro. Because if you know how to play and you play a particular style, regardless of what formation or who's on the squad, things have to be consistent. Your performance has to be consistent. But the team does not have a style of play. So when Mason Mount comes in for our new number 10, McTominay, right? He knows exactly what he's doing because in his system, he's doing what a number 10 does. This is the reason why, I want this coach out of it, because it seems like this is too big for him. This responsibility of being a coach of the biggest squad in the world is too much for him. And it's a level, it's also a case of someone being exposed. You could hide in the Dutch league with Ajax. You could sit there and do all that where you sit here and you spend a lot of money, because they had guys like Anthony, De Jong, Van der Beek, had all these guys, Onana at one time. So they had a lot of money and they had a lot of resources for them to sit here and defeat most of these players. He had the ability to build up a team and create a culture over a couple of years where there was no pressure to win. There was no spotlight on you. There was no press saying, "Yo, what are you doing?" So he could sit there and replace the entire team. And as he replaced the entire team, he gets a bunch of young guys who are playing the way he wants. He's better suited to coach a mid-table team like a Brighton. He's better suited to coach a mid-table team like a Forest and those type of guys where they're low expectations, and he could just sit there and spend 20 M's on a player, not work, put him on a bench, as opposed to coming over here spending 90 M's on Anthony and it's not working. Spending another 80 M's on Holland, so far it's not working. Spending money on this guy, on 65 M's on Mason Mount, and so far it's not working. So I think the job is just too big for him. He cannot succeed here. He cannot succeed here. And ultimately, I think that's why he needs to go. Because for him to sit here during the week to say, "Oh, I can't put it away, I put it Ajax because I don't have the players here." You spent $400 billion on players, bro. So what players do you have? $411 billion. The only team that spent more in the past 3 windows has been Chelsea. 400. And you don't have then what players are you bringing in? Mind you, a lot of these guys played for him at Ajax. Onana, Amrabat, freaking what's that guy? Anthony. All these guys know his style. One of the guys that played for him can't get on the pitch, Van der Beek. So what are you saying, bro? Like, cut it out, bro. So, but then what is the style? What is the style of play that you have? So I think that's the issue, man. I may need to talk to my boy. I gotta do today. I gotta talk to my guy. What's my guy's name? Yo, yeah. I gotta talk to my guys. I'm out on Twitter for a little for our church is doing a 21-day fast, and it's pretty dope, man. Like if you can, you should join us. 21-day fast, 21 days of 21 days of no social media, 21 days of no secular music, and 21 days of no food from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. We get up at 6 o'clock in the morning together, and we pray together, man. It's been a really, really dope time. So when I get back on social media, it ends the 12th of November, is last day. When I get back on social media, I have to reach out to my guy, my guy Joel Glazer, bro. I don't know if you guys know, but during the Ali fiasco, I had to reach out to him, bro, and I sent him a DM on October 26, 2021 at 9:48 a.m. and it says, "Mr. Glazer, sorry to bother you, but I have been a lifelong Manchester United fan. I literally and figuratively bleed red. I'm writing to you because you must decide to let Ali go. He's hurting our club and the brand. We have become the laughing stock of the Prem. Let's cut our losses before it's too late. It's easier to fire him now than next week when we have a midweek Champions League match. Thank you for your time." And then that was October 26, 2021. And then on November 20th, 2021 at 7:08 p.m. he says, "I hope your request has been granted. And mind you, he's a legend at the club. Have a wonderful night, Ron. Period." So he DMs me back right when he fires Ali to just be like, he's not the issue. He's a legend at the club. Are you stupid? Hope your request has been granted. And mind you, he's a legend at this club. Have a wonderful night, Ron. He's such a Karen. Shut up. Yeah, I might have to reach out to him. Like, gotta talk to my guy, JG, Joey Glazer. Gotta talk to him. Like, yo, gotta. Ew, this is not looking good. Gotta. Got inside sources. He kind of sort of, the fact that I was a important sports mind a long time ago, so he gave me the time of day. So, I might, when I get back on to social media, if this continues, either way, I'm gonna DM him. Invite him onto the show. Let him know what I'm thinking. Invite him for lunch. Zoom, chat, because I could do a better job of whoever's in charge. But yeah, I may have to reach out to them because they're dragging their feet on this one, and we can't sit here and talk about replacements. We can't sit here and talk about, well, there's no one available for us to fire this guy, so we have to just keep him on here. The same thing we heard with Ali. This is like deja vu. Same thing with Ali that we sat here and watched, and we sat here and was like, yep, we can't sit here because there's no replacement, right? Here's the thing. I think it's crazy. I think it's stupid. I think it's not smart and not good business for us to sit here all this time and allow this guy to continue. We still have a chance to make the top four, and as I predicted a couple of episodes ago, we're making the top four. We still have a chance in the Champions League. We still got a chance in the FA Cup. Unfortunately, or fortunately, the league is the season is so early, we can salvage this. But if we continue to have this guy as our coach, I think then we have a problem. We're pretty much tanking this year. And honestly, the way the team is playing, it is very, very feasible. We'll be fighting not to get relegated. And the one thing, I'm gonna talk about Arsenal later on because they play Newcastle, and that's probably the biggest game of the week in the EPL. But the one thing if you watched this season, the 10 games we played this year and this season, there's only one game we actually deserved to get a result, and that was the Arsenal game. That was the one game, and I tell you how trash Arsenal is. That's the one game that I looked at and said, you know what, we could have gotten a point. We could have even if we sat there and didn't fall asleep after the initial goal, we could have sat there and gotten a win. Played well, played them even, and then we sat here and we, after Johnny Evans fell asleep on a corner, Declan Rice scored, and then Jesus, as we were committing everybody forward, made a move, which was, everybody like, oh my God, it just got into a meme. No, it's not really a meme. It's one-on-one. It's the lot. It's not like Messi and Boateng when you put him on the twister board. It's a different situation. He actually sat there and, made a play. All credit to him, and he scored a goal 3-1. That was probably an even, at best, 1-1. But from the Wolves, and maybe, because we were only good in the first half against the Spurs. And then Bruno had a big miss, which is Bruno's specialty, besides crying. Had a big miss, and after the big miss, they took over in the second half and they put their feet down and we lost 2-0. So I think it's crucial that we understand that every single game this season we should have lost. We should have sat here and lost in every game that we've played this season. And that's the truth. Arsenal. I'm not Arsenal. That's preseason. I'm sorry. The Wolves we played 1-0. And but Onana's should have been a penalty. They ran through our midfield. We could not stop them at all in the midfield. Should have lost that game. Tottenham, we lost that game. Played Forest. We're down 2-0. And a phantom penalty gave us a win. So we could have lost that game. Arsenal game we just spoke about. Brighton 3-1. Got slapped up at OT. Burnley. We had a lucky goal by Bruno Fernandes because of a good pass by Johnny Evans, but Burnley pretty much outplayed us this year. We lost to Crystal Palace 1-0, which we deserved that. Brentford, there were these two miraculous late Scott McTominay goals that allowed us to win that game. Sheffield United 2-1, same thing. We should have lost that game. It was not for a late lucky goal from Dalot. We lost that game, got slapped up by Man City, training ground. So tell me a game that we played well and we should have won. I think, honestly, I think we got progressively worse after the Arsenal game. And it's funny we bring that up because I've been saying for the last couple of weeks that this guy lost the locker room and they're not playing for him anymore. I really think they want him fired, and they're playing so bad to get him fired. And now this morning we see from one of the UK papers, I think it's called a Telegraph, that the team that Eric Ten Hag has lost the team. So they're not playing for us. That's another reason why he should be fired. They don't want him here. The question is that right? Is that fair? Is that I listen, it's easier to let go of a coach than an entire team. Especially when the team is not playing well, especially when this guy is delusional, like, hey, we're close, we're on our way up. Like, he thinks he's coaching my son's U10 squad. Like, you try to be all positive, like, we're in this together, shoulder to shoulder, we got this. No, man, when people actually see what's going on, it's not working. And now we have Casemiro, who's hurt for a few weeks. He wasn't starting, but in terms of depth, he's one of the guys. Hopefully that will allow McTominay to get back into deeper into the midfield. Please get him out. He's not a number 10. He's not a threat on goal, guys. Please. None of his goals were nice. It was a lot of missed touches and just fortunate bounces. So please get him out the number 10 role and put him back into the midfield. One thing we gotta start talking about. I know we got some old heads on the team, but why so many daggone injuries? Is it the practices? Seriously, like, it's crazy we're talking about this, but maybe these guys are just being pushed too hard for practice. So what's happening is they're getting all these nicks. The list of guys getting injured is crazy. So Varane is ill. Casemiro's out for a few weeks. Martinez is out till January. It's a lot of little nicks and injuries. that we're going against, that we're dealing with. But ultimately, I think it's important for us to like figure things out ASAP. Maybe all this practice that he talks about and running laps and let's be this team that just gets our nose dirty and do what we got to do. Frick that, bro. We need talent, bro. We need vibes. We need something, bro. Because what these boys are playing, bro, man, it's crazy. It's crazy out here, man. So we're facing a big game. And I'm going to be on record to say I don't think we win against Fulham. They have been playing better. They have a system. They're organized. They're their style of play. And these teams are going to give us a hard time. I predict 1-0 Fulham. At best, a 0-0 draw. But I see Fulham scoring first half. And then we try to put our feet down and try to put pressure. And I think our luck runs out. There's no more Harry Maguire set pieces. There's no more Scott McTominay miracle goals to pull us out of this. And I think if that happens, Ten Hag is lucky, bro. We have a game on Wednesday. Because I don't think, again, they'll fire him with 2 games to implement a new team, a new system, and a new coach. Short term, obviously, as we talk about replacements, we can find somebody. We can find someone to deal with the squad until the end of the year. We could find there's trust me, there's people out here who we could just put in that could do a better job, just to give us a chance to be competitive, to have a chance at the Champions League, a chance at FA Cup, at Europe, at top 6, top 4, something to be competitive, man. Like this is dumb, bro. This is not okay. This does not work. So I think we can win. We're not going to win, and I think we're just gonna eventually find somebody to replace. Long term, I'm hearing Zidane. I don't know about Zidane. We need a coach that has the ability to maximize talent. We spent so much money on this team. We have to find a coach, a veteran coach, that has the ability to get the most out of this team. Like I said, I don't think we have enough talent to make it the top 4. But if we get a right coach and a right system, we can be competitive. We can maybe sneak a trophy out this season. We could sit there and continue to push for the top 4. So when one of these teams, either Spurs or someone falls out, we're there to get into the top 4, top 5. So I think that is our best hope. And then once we get an interim manager, can I tell you who I'll bring back? I'll bring back Ali, bro. I'll bring back Ali. I'll bring back Ali for the rest of the year. Where is Bond? I'll bring back Ali. Ali was vibes, bro. It was not this bad. I think he might be able to because we need a caretaker for the rest of the year and then do a regular search in the off season. I wouldn't bring Zidane. Zidane just needs, because Zidane will come in and be like, y'all need 10 new players. We can't do that. No one's buying Anthony off our hands. Anthony might have to go back to Brazil, bro. To Rio Palmeiro or something, bro. That's the only team that would take Anthony right about now. No one would take him on those wages. I said last time I would get rid of Rashford. I'll get rid of Bruno. Too old, bro. Get Bruno out of here. I would get rid of Bruno. I'll get rid of Man, you ain't got no Africans, bro. We need some Africans on our team. We can't get these little European, guys that sat here and bro. From Morocco. No. We need some Africans on our team. Look at West Ham. What's homeboy named Kudus? From Ghana. Those are the guys we need, man. We need some Africans. That's the wave. That's the wave of the team. We need some Africans. These Portuguese guys we get all the time, they ain't it. These Brazilians, they ain't it. This is not 2002 where you just, hey, you're from Brazil, hop on the squad. Nah, bro, this is not Kaká and them boys. This is not Cafu. This is not Neymar and them guys. Nah. We need some Africans. We need to go to the AFCON and do some recruitment. I ain't talking about Onana. Onana's don't count. We need some Africans in the midfield that have a high work rate. You know what I'm saying? And some skill and some desire, bro. Low wages. Cause they happy to get out of Africa and be in a big time. And they be hungry. And then once we get all these other guys off the books, we should be good, man. Let's get some Africans, bro. Seriously. We're the only team that ain't got no Africans. We don't get it, bro. Africans or Colombians. You see what I'm saying? You see Diaz, guys like that. You see Saka. He's an African, bro. That's why he plays so well, because they got some type of dog in him. It's like, yo, if I don't score, I don't eat. Those are the guys we need, man. We got a bunch of privileged kids that have been eating all their lives, getting nose jobs and whatnot, bro. Nah, we need guys that are hungry. I would just, sell who I can, get rid of Rashford, send him to PSG. I don't know who want. Bruno can find someplace. Bruno can find some. He go back to Portugal, or someplace in Spain. He could find some spots, and he could be fine. But that's what we need, bro. Little Africans, man. We'll be straight. Not African Americans, Africans, bro. From the motherland. That's what we need, and we should be fine. But yeah, man, I think that's what we need. Interim coach, get things together, and then next year we'll get a real-time coach. We need somebody to maximize our talent. That says, okay, this is what I have, and I can find a way. We should get Jurgen Klinsmann for a temp manager. Klinsmann. He'll be a good guy. Bring some energy. Bring a new approach. But a veteran coach that'll be able to maximize. I don't want Harry Graham Potter. He's obviously not ready for big time. Wait for a championship squad to reach out to him. He might coach Leicester or somebody, but not Man U. Zidane, we've been trying to get Zidane for all this time. Zidane's not coming here, and he's not the one, because he'll need an entire new squad for him to get what he wants. But I think we need someone that's able to do that. I don't want De Zerbi, because I don't want these little mid coaches that's going to try to make a name out of these big squads. I don't think De Zerbi's the guy, bro, because he don't have the players to do it. And these guys can't deal with these rich guys out here making all this money on yachts and whatnot. It's a different level of coaching ability, of man managing. So we sit here and that's why Pep is so good, because Pep, I always say, a big discussion in our group chats, like, yo, can Pep coach low wage mid guys? I said, I don't think so, but you can't discredit the amount of ability it requires for a coach to manage big time guys. That's Eric Ten Hag's problem. Pep would be able to get a lot out of this Man U squad. You know why? Not because tactics as much, because he's Pep. And he's like, yo, I know how to deal with personality. I'm not going to sit here, Ancelotti, Klopp. I'm not going to sit here and out a guy about not practicing well. Like, yo, just come when you can. Don't come too late, and then you should be fine. I'm not going to sit there out about training. If you see it don't work, get rid of the guy quietly. Like right now, what Ten Hag did was stupid, because A, he didn't he outed the guy. B, Sancho told him to kick rocks. I ain't apologizing. C, the team is losing after Sancho left. D, the guys who practice hard are trash. E, so he's like, who are you? Tell me this type of stuff. So he outed the guy, did all of that. Now he's sitting at a place where he's diminished his value. So now we got to find a way to sell Sancho off at a reduced price, because everybody knows he's not coming back to the squad. So it's stupid. mind you, Sancho has similar issues at Man City. Know what Pep did? They didn't go on no press conference. Talk about the guy. He sold him. Hush, hush. No one knew. Maximize value. Didn't mess up the team. Cause now Ten Hag looks weak. Like a joke. Like, don't take him seriously now. What are you going to do? Send me home? Make me apologize? Say sorry. You better say sorry. Like, so I tell my 2-year-old, say sorry. So I think that's where we at, man. And I hate to make it about the coach. The players do have a lot to do with it because there should be a level of pride. But they look confused. They look like in a cloud. And again, I think they try to get the coach fired. Good or bad, fair or not, I think we need a new breath of fresh air. And the problem is as well, we can't keep Ten Hag and allow him to manage another transfer window in January. He can't. We can't allow him to go through another transfer window in September because he's had 3 windows and 3 disasters. The only person I could say, no, I was going to say Haaland, but Haaland ain't score. He has that 1 goal. True, it may be a style of play, shoot, but at the end of the day, he ain't score. So we sit here and we understand, like, cats are getting exposed. Look at Bruno. What's Bruno doing? What's Bruno contributing to the squad? You see how Bruno production went down when all these penalties went down because he was getting bare penalties back in the day. Now no more penalties, his goals are going down. You know, Rashford is going through Rashford's issue. He can't. He's stubborn. He's passive aggressive. He wants to be the guy with the one that had the pressure of being a number 9. He wants to be on the outside and do what he want and cut in when he feel like cutting in. And he has the issue of not being able to persevere in pressure. When things go bad, you gotta step up, bro. It's not gonna always be sweet. Yo, dude, don't even talk to his teammates. Like, when do you see these guys joke around or walking off the pitch? Rashford's always by himself. He hates his team. His main hitter Sancho is gone. So you're sitting here like, yo, why am I even here, bro? I don't want to be here. So I think we gotta see it's a big game. Also, I think, like I said, the biggest game of the weekend is obviously Arsenal Newcastle. It's gonna. I think the styles, what's going on, where they're at, should make it a good game. And I sound like a hater, and I'm not a hater, but I think Newcastle slaps up Arsenal. Newcastle slaps up Arsenal. I just think that Newcastle's a set. I mean, Newcastle has had a tough weekend last weekend, very humbling when they got dealt with by Dortmund, and I think they had a draw last weekend. But I think Arsenal is dealing with a lot of injuries, and they need to, Partey, who I think is their best CDM, is not there, and a couple of other things that's going on. So I think it's crucial for them to figure things out as they go along. I mean, thankfully they have some depth, but I think what they're doing, I think what is going to be interesting is that how it works out with Eddie, because he's not consistent at striker, because he sits there and one good game, going back, he had a hat trick last game, but the big games he don't show up. He don't show up against had a big miss last year versus Man U. He plays well against Sheffield, who's just not. You see all memes and Ketia is better than Rashford. He's stupid. Like, you guys dumb. Yeah, he has more goals, but he's not better than Rashford, guys. Let's stop talking. Stop being trolls, guys. But it's Sheffield United, bro. He's not anything to write home about. They have 1 point in 10 games. So what are you saying? So I think it's a big game. St. James Park, that crowd is a factor. I think it's gonna be a good game. Can't wait to watch it. But I think Newcastle is gonna be Arsenal. Arsenal was just they're off. They're not as good as they were last year. Maybe the penalties. Maybe it does take some time to adjust to new players and losing Zaka, and so I can't say that, but I think this might be a tough game for them. So I'm picking Newcastle to win, and everything else chalk, all the big time teams. Liverpool and the Spurs. I don't see any drop off. Everybody winning, everybody doing what they're supposed to do. But I think, in terms of the biggest game of the week is Arsenal and Newcastle, and I think Newcastle wins. Should be a good game because they're on that smoke. Everton and Brighton should be a good game too, because Everton's playing well and Brighton is kind of cooled off. So I want to see how that game flows. Oh, Tottenham plays Chelsea on Monday at 3 p.m. I still believe in Chelsea. I still have hope in Chelsea. For some reason, I think Chelsea's going to turn things around. Maybe because I'm a good fan, a fan of Pochettino, but I think they're going to be all right. Chelsea got a tough back-to-back. They played Man City next week too. Jeez. They played Tottenham and Man City, top two teams in the EPL back-to-back. So it'll be a good test to see where they at. And then Thanksgiving weekend, big game, Man City, Liverpool. So it's gonna be a good few. Dang, sidebar. Dang, Chelsea, what have you done to the soccer guys? You play after when they come back off the break, then they play Newcastle. So it's Spurs, Man City, Newcastle. Jeez, talk about make or break your season. 3 tough games back to back to back. So, but yeah, I think Newcastle wins it this week. Arsenal something's off with them. And it's not shade, it's not hate, being completely objective. It's something. I feel they're not as good as they were last year. Yes, they're undefeated. Yes, they have no losses, blah, blah, blah. But if you watch the game, I'm a real believer that numbers can lie. Or numbers can create any narrative you want to create. Like, hey, I'm Arsenal, and we're undefeated last year. We're undefeated so far this year. But if you watch them play, there's something off about the squad. They're not as impressive as they were. Again, you got a lot of moving parts, new parts. You have injuries as well, which we can't discount. But it's just something, and don't forget at the beginning of last year, Jesus was on smoke. This year he's not doing anything. And plus don't forget the goalkeeper situation too. I think that's creating a bit of confusion and tension in the locker room. But, they're going to get slapped up this week. They'll get their first loss to Newcastle. And, it should be fun. This podcast, when they lose and this Monday when I get back, or this weekend when I share my thoughts, it's going to be a very fun podcast. I might record Saturday night, maybe if I can, Saturday afternoon. If I can, drop a podcast to see what's going on. So that's our talk about soccer. Transition to American football. I intentionally did not record a podcast about the New York Football Giants because I'm pissed off about this team. This team is this franchise has a loser's mentality. Only losers lose that game on Sunday against the Jets. Yeah, the third string QB, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But to end the game the way it did, it shows our loser mentality. And I don't have time to waste my breath on a bunch of losers. We have to admit that this is not our dad's Giants team. It's not Lawrence Taylor's Giants team. It's not Eli Manning's, Tom Coughlin's Giants team. This is a bunch of freaking losers, bro. I think we have the most losses. We like there with the Texans as most losses in the last 10 years. Our record is horrible, y'all. We're horrible, guys. We're not good, and only losers could lose this game. Only loser could sit here and say, "Yeah, this is what's going on." And I think that we have to admit who we are. We have to we have to admit what we are, and we're losers. I think I'm a Dable fan. He's a great guy. Great. Great. I think everybody say he's a great mind and a great guy. But at the end of the day, we're losers. We're losers. Least wins in the last 5 years, NFL. Right, not including this year. Okay. Least amount are two teams. The Jets and Panthers both have 25. Right? Jets are on their way up. Panthers, yeah, I don't know. They don't look too good. They got a QB. Don't know what's going on. Jaguars are definitely on their way up. Trevor Lawrence, Coach Peterson, they're good. So, Jets, Panthers, 25-25. Next, Jaguars, 27. And then after that, Giants, 29. Tied with the Lions. So, Jets, Panthers, tied for least. Then comes the Panthers. The Jaguars second least. And then comes the Giants, 29, third least. Mind you, we had 10 wins last year? 9 wins last year? And we're still at the bottom. We're still at the bottom. I think could be up to date. No, my bad. Between November 3rd and November, I'm sorry, yeah. Us as of currently, so that includes this year. Yep. That's where we at. That's the Giants for you guys. The team with the most, I think it's the Cowboys with like 50, or the Eagles. Yeah, Cowboys had the most wins. No, my bad. Seahawks, jeez. Seahawks, Cowboys with 50. Giants with 29. Yeah, Giants with 29. Yeah, that's the team. Last year, Giants won 9 games. Prior to that, let's go 2019, 4 wins. 2020, 6 wins. Good year. After that, 2021, 4. 2022, 9. And so far this year, 2 and 6. If you want to go back as 2017, we were 3 and 13. 2018, 5 and 11. That's our team. That's our team. Mm-hmm. That's us. Since 2013, we had 2 years where we finished above 500. 2 years. Last 10 years. 2 years. Okay. That's all I want to say. So, yes, I purposely did not want to make a podcast because it's getting on my nerves. I'm saying the same thing. And we're just losers. We're just losers. And I don't understand. This week we play the Las Vegas Raiders, who just fired their coach. So they're gonna have the new coach bump, and I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it because I just need Devontae Adams to sit here and produce for me on a fantasy level. Like last week, my fantasy team lost on some crap because Jimmy Garoppolo overthrew Devontae Adams, which prevented him from scoring. That's it. My fantasy team is currently 4-4. Week 1, I lost by 5. You know why? Because Josh Allen did not play like Josh Allen. Right? I also had an issue. I'm looking this up right now. Let me find the other week. Where's the other week? Where is the week? There was another week I played. I can't find it. But then we have last week. The reason why I did not win. I lost by 8 points because Devontae Adams could not freaking get 2 pass catches from that bum Jimmy Garoppolo. So right now, all I care about when it comes to the NFL is my fantasy. So I don't care if they throw 200 yards on the Giants. I'm content with that. As long as I win my fantasy week, especially a week without Christian McCaffrey. That's my care. But they'll have the new coach bump. Ex-Giant Antonio Pierce is their coach. New offensive coordinator, new GM. Change of the guard in there. I fully expect the Giants to lose. Daniel Jones had a miraculous recovery from his neck pain because Tyrod Taylor was in the hospital. And then one thing you have to commend the guy. He shows up. He tries to play. He plays hard. But he's trash. This is the biggest game for him in his career. This game right here is his biggest game because he needs to show, because it's a bad team. Tyrod Taylor had 2 decent games. He can't come in and get sacked 8 times. He can't come here and get here and throw for 126 yards, 12 for 18. No touchdowns and 1 interception. He can't do that. This here is the biggest game for Daniel Jones' career. Because if he stinks it up, then that's a wrap, bro. There'll be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing. So I fully expect the Giants to lose this game and begin the rebuilding process officially. It was good to see them sell off Williams. Got a good haul back for that. I think a number 2 and a 5, I believe, which is a good thing for a guy who'll probably getting cut anyway. Save some money so we could begin this. Because for a team that got no talent, we ain't got no money. I also heard we were close to trading Adoree Jackson to the Niners, but we missed the deadline. Freaking amateurs, bro. So we're stuck with pretty much the same squad. And we're going to lose. We're going to lose to the Raiders. There's going to be a new coach bump. I think they're on the road, too. So that would have been sad. It's going to be a sad day for us. The other big games, there's 2 other big games. The Chiefs and Dolphins. It's gonna be a good. I don't know. I don't like the Chiefs. Like, a lot of us are sitting here saying the Chiefs will be the Chiefs, but the Chiefs are not the Chiefs. They're more of a defensive squad now. They're less of an offensive squad because the only reliable receiver they have is Travis Kelce, and teams start to scheme against them. So I think their defense is going to step up and stop the Dolphins' offense. Huge game for Tua and the Dolphins because this narrative of them not beating good teams, this is a great way for them to change that narrative so people can start taking them seriously. If they win this game against the Chiefs, they'll be now in a conversation as one of the top teams in the AFC and possibly a Super Bowl contender. But until that big game, that big win, no one's taking these guys seriously. And you know what sucks though by the NFL, that they put this game in Germany. I would love to see Tyreek Hill go to KC or play at home against his old squad. I guarantee he's dropping 250 yards receiving. Bro, oh my God, he's going to kill his old squad. But this Germany game, it's just not only just the fans, but it's just like the other variables. Like, for example, the Dolphins have been in Germany since early in the week. The Chiefs arrived today. I don't know why they would do that because of whole jet lag and throwing your system off. But, those variables, it sucks to be a factor in such a big game. You know what I mean? Like, you would love to see this game in KC or Miami in front of the rabid fans, in front of a crazy packed house to see one of the biggest games. See Tyreek Hill go back home to KC and drop 300 yards and 3 touchdowns against his old team. Oh, man, that would have been sick. So now I got a bunch of Frankfurters and Farfanugans sitting here just don't understand the game, but it's going there for a vibe. So that'd be good for us at home to watch and see what's going on and see what happens. But I can't wait to see this game. I'm going to try to catch it before church tomorrow. And the other big game is on Sunday night, Bills and Bengals. I was telling my boy, I was like, this game gives me PTSD because last time they played in prime time, the Bills played the Bengals in Cincinnati at prime time. Homeboy got carted off, and Hamlin got carted off because he pretty much died on the field and was brought back to life. So I don't know if that's going to affect them. The Bengals are my team. Like every year, I want an AFC team and a NFC team. My NFC team is consistent as Giants, but my AFC team is I love the Bengals. I love Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase and them boys. They're finally playing like themselves. They're finally, getting that swag back. And it's going to be a good game, but I think they're going to slap the Bills. The Bills are trending downward, and they're going to slap them. Again, I just care about fantasy when it comes to that game. I pray for a shootout and that Josh Allen sits here and just throws for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. Right now I'm trying to get into the fantasy playoffs and get into first place. But I think it's going to be the Bengals defense and their coordinator is underrated, and I think they're going to step up. But I think the Bengals are trending upward, and the Bills have flatlined at best, and maybe even trending downward. They should have lost to the Giants, and the Giants are trash at home. So it'll be interesting to see how this game works out. I think the Bills going to have a lot of conversations because their window is closing. They might not make the playoffs, bro. And if that happens, that means they have what else can they do? They got Von Miller, they got Diggs, they got QB. What else can they do? So that's it. Monday night the Jets play the Chargers, which is a big game for playoff implications. The Chargers are their coach is just trash. But it should be a good game, man. I think the Jets are gonna lose. Nah, they're playing in New York, playing outdoors. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers, bro. I don't. That Zach Wilson guy's trash. Bro, he's trash. Like, I don't care how much we try to make it nice. And now he is booty cheats. He is trash. So, hopefully the defense could do something. But I want to see how Herbert's another guy that's kind of shaky. I mean, came in saying he's a top guy, best QB, one of the best QBs in the game. But against big defenses, he struggles. And just got a big-time defense. I want to see him cut this defense up on the road in New York when it's cold. That's what I want to see. And that, again, will go a lot to solidify him as one of the top QBs in the game. So, yeah. So we got a big weekend, packed weekend. Pray for me. Pray for my son Noah. He has a soccer tournament this Saturday morning, like 7:30 a.m. Saturday morning. But he should do well. He's excited, so I'm excited for him. So everybody have a good weekend. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to hit me up on TikTok. Hit me up on Twitter. Say, Pastor Ron, you're crazy. What are you talking about? But either way, thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. God bless you. Peace.